2, 3, funky.
What's up guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to Fun with Dom, where everyone is welcome. I'm your host Dom, broadcasting from London as always. Today's guest is my friend Dan, and I really hope that you will enjoy this new episode. Hello, how are you,
buddy.
man?
Oh mate, long time no see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
doing-
let's say that we talk each other every day, but it's fine. Right, for a lot of people don't know you on my channel. Can you tell them who you are, what you do?
Sweet, of course I can. So my name's Dan. I'm a freelance sound engineer and AV and project manager based up in Manchester. So I do lots of things. Do lights for some companies, video for other companies, mostly sound. Do a bit of install work with LED tape and TVs. So one of the big gigs I did just before we all went into lockdown was Sport Relief.
Oh, wow, okay.
So yeah, big old show. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Those kind of big shows. But yeah, mostly audio or audio visual, like putting up screens and stuff. Yeah, based in Manchester. And then I've got a wife, a 3-year-old kid, and then a kid on the way, which is probably looking like he's going to be born in lockdown, which is going to be loads of fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's due 31st of August to the 3rd of September kind of time.
Okay.
And I mean, that's just going to be an absolutely mental week.
Oh my god, yeah, I can imagine. How did you start to work on this business?
Oh, so I did it all the way from school. So I went to school. I did product design, electronics, and music, and then I did music technology and product design, electronics, and physics and chemistry and maths at A level. All the topics. Loved doing them. Product design, loved like designing things, and then electronics, loved. I built a guitar pedal and stuff. And music technology, we kind of did recording, and then I got like into doing the live concerts at the school and doing the like moving mic stands around. Kind of started on the stage bit, then worked my way up to do lights at the shows with like a fat frog, and then moved up to do sound, and then kind of went from there to a college in Coventry to do live sound and theology.
Okay.
That was 2009, 2010, 2011. I was there, and then left there to do an internship with a live events company up in Manchester, and just worked my ass off, work for everyone, anyone, and yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So at this point, right? Let's see that most of the people that follow my channel, as I think your channel as well, because Dan ever got a channel like me. Can you give them any advice?
Being humble, saying what you do know, working your way up from the bottom. A load of people like asking me, how do I work for this company? How do I work for that company? How do I get in at the same level as you're at? And it's just like, to be honest, mate, you kind of need to start coiling cables in the warehouse, sweeping the floors, doing the deliveries in the vans for them, work up that way, and then they kind of build the trust in you. It's all on a first name basis, and like everyone knows everyone. It's all word of mouth, this industry, really. So yeah, I mean, kind of when you do good work comes in for you. Like people know who you are, and it kind of circle of
I agree. Yeah, I mean, let's say always that the music business is a big difference from the corporate. It's more tough to get in. That's the things, because as you know, I mean, the corporate side is easy to get in if you do quite a lot job for different company. But the music business is not. It's really tough, and I think and I presume that after all of these things happening, it will be more
harder.
difficult. Yeah, 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 yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm massively in the music side of it. I do some like rock and roll stuff, but I wouldn't say I'm in as much of the rock and roll stuff as I want to be.
yeah,
And I mean, I don't think it's going to be any easier to get in afterwards.
yeah, yeah.
I do lots of stuff with several bands and stuff, but not not in the mainstream stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. Well, like me, I do a lot like small band that do like corporate gigs.
yeah,
So that's the easy stuff for me. But working
yeah,
with big people is always difficult. I've done Billy Bragg as one of my big artists at the moment,
yeah,
but that's another story. But yeah, yeah, it's not easy. The music business
yeah.
is not easy as a lot of people think. Do you? What do you wish that you knew before when you started on this career?
Well, I mean, I said a little bit about admitting mistakes. Yeah, be humble. Say what you do know. Say what you don't know. If you're asked to do something, you don't know how to do it. So I don't know. Even say like putting a fast forward projector screen up. If you don't know how to do it, you could damage the screen. You could damage the projector screen. And there's no harm in asking for help. People aren't going to think less of you. If you damage the screen or whatever, for example, you're probably going to get thought less of if you do damage it. So yeah, I mean, be humble and admit mistakes. What I've written for that, and yeah, and when you get to a certain level that people know who you are and know that you do good work, you kind of not that you don't have to go looking for work, but you kind of I want to say take the foot off the pedal, but that's not quite the right term. But you kind of know what I mean. That people keep on asking you to work for them without you going and having to hunt for work.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I always say, if you are good with your client and you can keep them, you will work for a long time. And can be stupid things like if they pay you 3 days after the due date, sometimes that things can make a difference. A lot of people think that is not, but that things can make a difference because a lot of people can say, look, that guy, it's been waiting 3 days more and he didn't complain about anything. But there is other people that after literally an hour, the invoice is due, they call them and say, look, man, like, if especially as a company, they give you like 24 days or 20 days, a month of work. Why you fucking call them? You know what I mean? Just chill. Yeah. But as I say always, the problem is that a lot of people don't see the work, this kind of work, as a business owner. They see this as like a guy that go somewhere to work 5 to 8, or you know what I mean? Because I see always these things from us freelance. I don't care. I get in at 8. My call is finished at 12 or whatever it is. That's it. I do my 12 hours and I don't care about anything. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, okay. But sometimes that people that give you the 8 hours or 12 hours, whatever it is of work, they can give you more for a month if you try to keep them happy.
Yeah, if you stay for an extra hour because everyone's up shit creek and something's gone wrong. If you stay for an extra hour unpaid on this one occasion,
maybe
you're probably actually going to get more work from them.
Yeah. And I get this discussion a lot of time, a lot of freelance. But you know me, I always, I've got old friends, so I don't like to create a big argument about it. But I try to keep everyone happy, especially when I work as a PM. If someone say, look, I want to go because my time is finished, I say, look, it's up to you. You want to stay, you stay. You don't want to stay, you go. It's fine. I don't care. I'm doing my job. If I don't need to do it, I do by myself. It's fine. That's how I've been always working, and that's how I will always do. Because for me, we are one team. There is no other people, or I'm the best, you are not the best. So yeah, that's how. That's how it works. So as we say, we do a lot of corporate, we do a lot live, and you do a bit of studio, as I remember, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. So what do you prefer to do more?
So when I said earlier, I was in sixth form. I did music technology. That was more studio-based stuff that we learnt and we did, and then we did a little bit of live, and that's kind of how I got into doing live stuff. And I kind of went to this internship in Manchester, thinking that I was going to do 90% live, 90% studio work, and like 10% live work. And in reality, it was actually 99.9% live work I did like 2 hours in 1 week of studio work in my whole year that I was there in this internship, which is just, well, it was hilarious. I was a bit angry about it at the time, but in hindsight, it's quite hilarious because I love working live. I like the challenge of it. I like the you go to a field in the middle of nowhere, you set up this big gig, and then you do this event, and then at the end of the day, I mean, there's a slightly more muddy field, but you just go back and there's a muddy field at the end of the day. There's nothing else there. I love the, and then same with like hotel rooms, I guess, in a lesser term. Like, on this amazing thing, everyone loves it, and then it transforms itself back. So that's kind of what I love about that. But yeah, me and you do loads of corporate stuff together, and then do a little bit of live rock and roll stuff, like we said. But yeah, mostly corporate and live with you.
Would you think your unique skill help you to become successful on this industry?
Yeah, unique skill. So I work, like I said a little bit earlier, I do most of my stuff. So I am Dan Bamber Audio. I do audio, front of house, monitors, whatever, for loads of different companies. But I also go out as Dan Bamber Audio, and I do installing lights for some companies or LED strip. It's just about being flexible. I do video for some companies, and some companies book me as audio, and then when they see that video is struggling and they know I do video as well, transfer me over, just to be adaptable and to be able to do every possible job there, which is also a good thing for being a project manager as well, like me and you both do. To have a good grasp on what every department's meant to do, meant to be doing, how to help them out if they get stuck.
What do you think are the basic skills that someone is to have that want to start in this business?
So like I've said, like asking for help, massive thing. Like having common sense. There's so many times that I've seen it on site where someone's just like trying to plug the wrong end of a cable in, and they can see, or I could see, you could see, that it wouldn't fit in at all. It's just like, come on, use your brain. Like initiative. So if you've been told to like unpack the truck, and then they'll just stand around until they're told to go sort out the stuff into audio, video, lighting, or separate seminar rooms or whatever. And they'll just stand around. It's just like, you know the drill. You know it's not the first day you've been on the job. Things like that is what I've written for that.
Yeah. I agree 100%. When did you start working this business, right? What did your parents thought about that? Like, so you are crazy. What are you doing? What you do? You're a musician. You are a technician. What you do? Like, did they? Because I, from my side, I had a big misunderstanding to explain what I was doing. Yeah. Because my mom thought that I was a musician or I was a DJ. So it took me a while. I mean, when I started opening my company, she started to see who I was buying, who I was doing, because she was coming to see the gig and all the process, the building the trust and everything. So she understood after. But a lot of people, I see like a lot of guys have got this problem that they don't know what they need to tell their parents or what they do. So it's quite difficult. But yeah, which was your way to explain or what they thought about it?
Then literally text my mom the question to her, and she sent me this. You balance sound, lights, video, and people. Help them appreciate and help them be appreciated at their best. You're the hidden gem in the background that does all the work to enable others to shine, which is super cute kind of thing to say.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So when I started, I obviously went to music college, and we did like these end of year concerts and graduation concerts and stuff. So like all my family came along to them, and like obviously it was a bit of a weird one to invite. Oh, come along and see me work, but I'm going to be at the sound desk, and you're going to be kind of focusing on the people at stage. So it was a bit of a weird one. Like they came to like my first year one, and then I think they all came to my second year one, but they kind of didn't come at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there was, or they came to like the graduation of the second year, but they didn't come to the other concerts throughout the year.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, well, you just stood behind a sound desk or sat behind a Ava Pearl doing this, flicking some faders around. It's like, yeah.
My mom was saying the same. Yeah. Still nowadays, when I say, Mom, I've been doing sound, like, because she asked me now, what you have done
Yeah.
last night, I've done a concert, or like that. So now I've done sound, so you were behind the desk just pushing slide up and down. I said,
Yeah.
well, it's not that, but yeah, kind of, yeah.
I mean, I think that the last time my mum came to a gig, we were in her hometown doing a Labour rally. So we had Jeremy Corbyn and what the band? One of the bands that are
Okay.
pro Labour, and we had a Pro 2 and everything. That was a fun gig for a Pro 2 when you haven't really used one very much before. I literally got told on the van journey over to the venue, oh, by the way, you haven't got an LS9 like I told you, or an SQ like I told you. You've got a Pro 2. We used one before. It's like,
Yeah, why not?
like, oh yeah. I mean, I'd done the CDMSE Midas course, but
I did all
that was
of them,
about a
but
year beforehand. Yeah,
the desk is just, oh my god, yeah. I don't like it.
it's not. I hate it.
Yeah, 10 times better than LS9. 10 times better than LS9.
Yeah, 100%. But
On M7, but yeah. What do you think is the common reason that a lot of people fail or give up in this business?
lack of understanding, like giving up because they don't really understand what they're doing. Lack of enthusiasm, like just get bored of the job, bored of doing what they do. Long hours and low pay, which, yeah, it is. Like we do 16-hour days quite regularly. I do like 4 p.m. till 4 a.m. quite regularly on different jobs, and that's just what you get paid to do. And kind of sometimes you can have a moan about it and have a bit of banter about, oh, why are we up this late? It's just like, well, if you don't want to do the job that you knew was 4 p.m. till 4 a.m., why do you take the job?
Yeah.
What else did I write? Oh yeah, people think it's like an easy industry to work in. They've got this like fantasy of like this glamour life, working backstage, all the banter that happens and stuff, where in reality everyone's sat on the sofa looking at their phone, updating their social media to say I'm at this gig, taking a little social media selfie and stuff to promote the artist that is about to go on stage. Then they do the gig bit, then they come off stage a bit sweaty, have some water, have a shower, go home.
Yeah.
Get a pizza on the way home kind of thing, and then you're left to tidy it all away. And there's this like fantasy of people coming into the industry that, and people like, yeah.
Good.
Fantasy of people like in the industry that, or trying to come into the industry that they're going to work with like Elton John tomorrow and that kind of stuff. Like people, massive artists. I mean, I've worked with I've worked with Boris Johnson and stuff as acting as Prime Minister and stuff, and Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn and stuff, loads of political stuff, loads of corporate like bosses of HSBC, Halifax, whatever, all these big people that you're like, oh, who have you worked with? It's like, oh, these big people, and they're like, oh, so when you're going to do like Elton John or something? It's just like, it's just not how it works. It's like this fantasy that it's the same, but yeah.
So on this note, because for the people that will listen, is just to try to explain them if they're starting or if they will start or if they're leaving or whatever it is, just to give them my view of the point, because I am on your side. This business is not like other business. You need to give 100% to what you do, right? And no one will tell you thank you, especially if you work on the music business. Mental health issue, that 95% of the time it will happen. If you are not strong enough, it will happen. Because when you stay 6 months out, it's done, man. You go back home and you say, what is this? Well, I'm home. What am I doing? I want to go on the road. You know what I mean? So a lot of people...
I'm feeling that right now, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's the same. But people think that it's really easy working this business. And I always say, look, man, it's not easy. I understand that you want to take the selfie with your best artist. You want to say, oh, I've been working with, I don't know, David Guetta. I'm working with Elton John. Or I'm working with Madonna. I'm working with Adele. Whatever you want, man. So I've started to do this job for one reason. Because my purpose will be always the same. I'm going to help people to deliver an amazing job. That's it. I don't want to receive any thank you. I don't want to receive anything. I just want to make sure that they go on stage, the show will be amazing, and the people they pay for the ticket, that they come to the show for 1 hour just to don't think about all their problem, they will be happy. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why I think, that's why I'm doing this job, and that's what I will do for the rest of my life. That's my life. That's why I can do better. There is nothing that I can do. So yeah, if you want to work on this business, you need to put 100% in, and all the rest is out. Believe it or not, is it. If you want to become someone, if you want to grow in the business, if you want to be a guy that work with a couple of bands, after go on holiday every year, and all that kind of, yeah, you can do it. It's easy. You can do it. But if you want to be on the top, you need to put 100% in. If not, go home, man. There is no way that you can work in this business. Well, that's true. That's why I realized after 15 years, 1-5, that I've been working on this business, it's so difficult, right, to get a good gig. Because there is people that go for cheap money, there is people that just say, I'm gonna do
the weekend
this.
warriors.
Yeah. So I just arrived at the point I said, you know what? If the time needs to arrive, will arrive. I'm putting myself 100%. I'm making my name outside to make sure that people will know me. And when it will arrive the time, the people say, oh, you know what? Let's give it a go to Dom, and let's see what you can do. That's it. Yeah. And I want that people know that I do this job because I put my heart in. I don't do this job for money, as you, because I know you, and it's the same things. Money we just need because we need to pay the bills, but that's it. But for all the rest, it's because we do for our love. And on this point, I'm gonna link to the other question that is, do you have any job other than this one?
No, I mean, I've got a few Instagram accounts like Brio Dad, which I take photos of my son's train tracks with him, and I upload that as like, oh, look what we've done. Check out our train tracks, which, I mean, everyone started doing, so I haven't actually done that much during quarantine. But that is literally like my only side project.
Yeah. You have got one child, another one is coming up, right? How do you deal with family when you are at work and when you are out for like a week or 2 weeks if you do a corporate gigs?
Months, mate. Sometimes up to 4 months away, kind of thing. And I've got a 3-year-old, and then I've got next one's born in September. She's 21 weeks at the moment, I think it is. So how do I deal with that? FaceTime, Skype, WhatsApp video call, kind of thing, as much as possible. It's sometimes really hard because the time like his bedtime is normally like sound check time or doors opening, so you kind of have to like, I do video recording. I record myself saying goodnight to him, and then she plays it back to him later when he's going to bed, and vice versa. She'll like record him earlier in the day, and then I'll watch it back as and when I can. It's all about compromise, really. I slowed down for a while when he was born, although to be fair, he was born and 2 weeks later I went off for 2 weeks to do a massive Virgin Media job, like corporate job that I was head of audio on, just because there was literally no other way to make the money that we needed to make to lead up to Christmas, kind of thing, which was really hard to be away in like his first two. He was like 2 weeks old when I left, so his first all 6 weeks of being alive, out of the womb, he didn't have his dad there, and that was really hard on me. But we kind of made it work with video calling and stuff, and calling and everything that we could as much as possible. And then obviously tried to take more local gigs, more local to Manchester where I live. So I wasn't staying away in hotels like as much. So that's something I'm conscious of now I've got a kid. I'll do some like abroad gigs, definitely. I'll do some gigs in London and around the UK, but I'll try and like do only 50%, let's say, of my gigs local to Manchester. So I'll try and do ones where I don't need a hotel. Even if it's me working from 4 p.m. till 4 a.m, I'll be home, I mean, admittedly, in bed at 7 a.m. when he gets up, snoring my head off. But at least he can come and like lie next to me while I'm asleep, and then he knows I'm there. I mean, our marriage is a bit different to most people's. We met on tour. She was singing in the band. I was doing sound. So she's well aware of what it's like. That gig was all the way down. She was in the band that came from Manchester as well, and we were doing the gig all the way down near Brighton, which is, 4.5 hours away. And basically the whole van journey there and van journey back, she was with me. Whee! It's kind of how we met. I mean, I've also like educating him that that's how we make the pennies. So daddy has to go to work, daddy has to go away, and you have to talk to him over the phone and with video call, so we can pay for you to watch Moana on the TV and that kind of thing. So you can have new toys. I mean, bribery is always a good thing for a kid. Like if you're good today, you can have a Kinder Egg. I mean, you can just extrapolate that really and be like, if you're good for mummy today over video chat, she'll get you a Kinder Egg tomorrow, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like simple things like that, and it's all good. He loves it. He's loving having me home at the moment, though. So.
Well, I can imagine that. Yeah. What's the most important things that you ever learned in your life in the last years?
So I've written your love regardless of your mistakes as one of the things, and money can't buy you everything you want, like everything in the world. Two, like great things to live by.
Yeah.
Know that you're always loved. There's always forgiveness.
Yeah. Well, I agree. And be positive always.
And be positive, yeah. Money can't buy you everything, so I mean, don't try so hard to set an amount of money that you need to buy to get whatever. That thing will come down in price, or you'll work 2 weeks later and be able to afford it. Don't worry about getting into an overdraft to buy it.
Yeah. What do you do to stay update with your job?
Yeah. So this time's really interesting. So in our industry, it's super difficult to get on a training course. I've really struggled with this because every time they run a training course, I'm on a job. And I'm sure you've had the same.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, oh, 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐞's running this new training course for the Quantum. Oh, I'm on a week-long job that week. Oh, whatever's doing this for QLab. Oh, I can't do that either. Whereas quarantine's been really interesting to see everyone uploading all their content, like all their training sessions. DNB are doing it, Yamaha are doing it, 𝐦𝐨𝐽 are doing it, QLab are doing it, all uploading it to YouTube for free. And it's, I mean, there's like an overload of content out there at the moment for people to learn about the things we do. I'm sure we'll leave some links in the description. So like Smart, for example, the room analysis software, the RTA stuff, they've just put all their training course online, and you'd normally pay, well, £2,000, I think it is.
No, it's less. It's
less than that.
700, 800 pounds. You can find just the course, not the software. You say £2,000 because it's plus the software. There is another 700 pounds. So yeah.
700 plus 700.
Yeah.
For the course and the software. Whereas now you can obviously you have to pay for the software still, but the course is all online on YouTube as a little playlist. And I was chatting with Connor, who did one of the other quarantine question videos with me about it, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that." So I sent it all over to him. And the next day he'd bought Smart, and it was just like, I'm sitting there, I'm doing it all. He was smashing it out. It was like, mate, me and you have been asking, like, when are we free to go do this training? And it's just like, we had no time together to go do it.
Yeah.
I've also written things like, if you want to learn lighting, download 𝐷𝐺𝐽, or if you want to learn video streaming, download OBS. They're both free and stuff. Super easy to learn how to use them with like YouTube University kind of thing. Online courses. Manuals are always out there to read through. And then you just download the software, play with it a little bit. If you like it, keep it. Me and you were like playing around with OBS. You got on with it better than me. I downloaded it on this Mac, which is a bit old now. It like stuttered quite a bit, and then I deleted it off, and I've just been using different stuff to do my recording. Whereas you got on a bit better with it. But just different things, and learn from others who do it well, and like imitate them is a good skill to pick up just for our industry in general, really. So if you imitate someone who can coil a cable correctly, or put out like a fast fold screen really quickly and easily on their own, if you like clock how they do it and then do that yourself next time, you're doing well. I agree. That's a good skill to pick up at any stage of your life and career, any career you're in.
There is anything in particular that you are focused right now, especially that we have got all of this free time?
I mean, me and you are smashing out this YouTube game. That is kind of my technical / creative outlet right now, as I'm sure it is for you.
Yeah.
Just obviously we're in the lockdown still, so why not sit there and train others with the software that we've got in front of us, the things that we can do, any way that we can inspire others to do what we do or do the stuff that we do better than they do it currently. I mean, on this plaque behind me, it says bring hope to the hopeless. That's kind of like a mantra that I live by. So yeah, like helping others is a big thing for me. And then obviously like playing guitar and playing with my boy and stuff, like separate to work. But yeah.
Last question, and this is actually, it's been 39 minutes. Yeah, that's a long chat.
Smashed it.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself? I've been thinking 5 years, but it's too much. Where do you see yourself in the next two years' time?
2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I've put it as 5 years. So I've worked
5 years.
out.
My question is always
well,
5.
Either way.
Yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh wow, 5 years," but yeah.
Well, I mean, how I've answered it by saying I've got an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old in 5 years' time, which sounds terrifying. But having a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old is just as terrifying. So yeah, I mean, still doing what I'm doing. I mean, I'd love to be working with the top artists that I want to work with and stuff, but I'm not setting that as a goal that if I don't reach that, I'm going to be depressed and hate myself and kicking myself all day and all night. Just going to smash the game, still kill everything I do, still do everything I do with integrity, still look after my family, my friends, and do the best job I can do at the level I'm at.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a good way to see, especially in the long term. It's good. Well, man, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure, mate.
I'm gonna leave all the channel and all the Instagram page and everything on the description. These will be also out on your YouTube channel, so everyone can see. And well, thank you everyone for watching, and see you in the next one. Thank you once again for listening, guys. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify and YouTube to listen more episodes, and remember, be positive, life is one.